Alright, what's up, y'all? Kicking it with the Junkyard Dog, man. We back for day 11 of the swap. So I'm building the T5 right now. I'm in the shop today, building the T5. And yeah, man, I can't wait to get this project done so I can get back to Mayhem. I need a little bit of cash for Mayhem, so I had to put a pause on that because I need a computer. Start hooking up some of the stuff. As far as Mayhem goes, I'm actually going to start like just hooking up little small things that I can do right now just to kind of tie the time over until I can get to the more expensive stuff. But yeah, so check it out. So here's the T5 we're putting together for it. Okay, it's coming into the final stages here. Ain't that right, Pantero? Isn't that right? What's going on, dude? Alright, so anyway, yeah, it's got a new steel bearing retainer and a new input shaft. This is actually something I want to share with you guys. So I have this chart here of the T5 gear codes. Okay, so the way that it goes is you have the 87 and 93 and all that good stuff. I can't get the camera to focus right now, but if you want a copy of this, let me know. I can send that to you. And this is I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is an 068 main shaft, if you can see. So the V8s come with a 068 and the V6s will come with a 052 and the 4-cylinders will come with a 048. Okay, now some V6s with the 052 you could actually use in the V8s, and the strength of it is still the same. This is just something that I discovered over the years. So if you ever see a V6 from 99 to 04 T5, grab it because the gears in that T5 are just as strong as the V8, if not stronger. All right, that was like the final days of the T5, and they improved like a whole lot of stuff. So all right, so let me go ahead and finish this, and I'll meet you guys back at the house. All right, let's go. All right, so we're at the stage here. We got the T5 drying. This is a little tip I forgot to mention in my videos when I did the rebuilds, and this the reason why I have it arced like this is when I put a little trans fluid on the bearings to kind of lube them up so they don't start up dry. There's a little small puddle of trans fluid in the bottom, so if you lay it flat too early, the fluid comes and it starts to eat away at the silicone before it gets to dry, and it'll never seal again. So to avoid leaks, take your time, leave it upright, and then do the front retainer shim later, or you could just do it like this. So it's been about 2 days since I've been able to post, but it's because I've been 2 days busy. Anyway, yeah, we're back in the house, man. Airport, airplanes, and all. All right, no ice cream trucks this time, but we're back in it. So today we're gonna put in the transmission and start fooling with the wiring. Check this out. So boom. There it is, the golden T5. Okay, going in, about the prettiest thing going in this car. I figured since I already had one cleaned up at the shop, and I was, you know, this is a used unit. This is what a lot of times what my used units look like. You know, I inspect the synchros and all that good stuff, and boom, here we are with this. All right, okay, let's go. Finally got the 4-cylinder wiring harness out. See, I kind of wrecked it a little bit with the screwdriver trying to squeeze it out, but it's out. Now, one thing that I had to cut off of this 4-cylinder harness was the distributor plug, because the V8 harness that I have does not have the where is it? See, it was cut off. I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody else did what I just did in the junkyard. So cut it off. The wires match, the wire colors match. I'm gonna check the wire schematic and make sure that they do the same things on both cars. It's got this insulation on here where when I fuse them together, I'm going to go on ahead and use this insulation wrap again because it's there for a reason. And yeah, so boom, that's my V8 wiring harness. That's going in today. But two things I forgot. Number one, I need washers for the bolts in the bell housing. And two, I need a transmount. I don't have a transmount here with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and go grab that and come right back. So once again, we have reached a frustrating point. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that it takes a while to put together cars if you don't have all the components. So I used to have a engine block plate, T5 block plate, sitting in my shop for about 2 years. I gave it to my homeboy for his car because I didn't think I'd be doing this swap for quite some time. And I said, I got the bright idea to just use the automatic block plate. Problem is that the starter locations don't line up with the bell housing. So that just means I gotta take the pressure plate back off and gotta take the flywheel back off. Not a big deal, it'll take me a few minutes. I've already changed the rear main seal. That's just something good to do every time you do a clutch job, in my opinion. But yeah, super frustrating. So instead of dwelling on that being frustrating, yo man, let's just trick with this wire and see if we can get it to do what we want it to do. Since we can't install the trans because of the block plate, we're gonna go ahead and move on to this wire. And this is low-key what I've been like trying to avoid. Since I started this project, I've low-key been trying to avoid this straight up. Yeah. So there's like a few things I'm gonna do. Number one is rewrap some of this electrical tape. Like this stuff, I mean, you know, it's been on for 30 plus years. I could use a rewrap. I'm probably gonna go through a whole roll of electrical tape, but that's fine. But yeah, like I said earlier, I think I mentioned earlier in another video, the only part of this wiring harness that is missing is the connection here for the distributor. And all I did was cut the one off of the 4-cylinder harness, okay, which is this one right here. And yeah, other than that, I think that's it. Also, I need to do some splicing too as well with the alternator wires, because alternator wires in this car are short because the alternator is not in the same location. So I gotta extend the wires for the alternator as well. So that should be interesting. A little tidbit to put together. So I downloaded this wiring schematic. Very, very basic. I actually like the way this one is done versus the one with all the lines and everything. This gives you the names of everything. So I'm just gonna kind of go through it so we can understand what's what. So for me, this is pretty obvious. I know this is for the computer. And it's on this, it's number 42. 60 pin connector. So boom. And then right when we come out of that, we got two 38 and 39. See these two connections right here. So 38 is the body ground and 39 is green 8-pin connector. So here's the green 8-pin connector and here's a body ground. All right, so we're moving up the snake here. When we get to this, what's that? So we move up the snake here to that. That's 27. That is an EEC power relay. Anyway, we'll move up the snake. Here's a rubber grommet that goes in the firewall. I'm gonna rewrap all this. Let's keep going. And we come to this group right here, all right? So as we follow that on this, we've got this group here. So you got one that has two, it's coming out. And then you got this one, and you got that one. So this one is 25, and that's the EGR vacuum solenoid. Okay. And then this one, which has a broken, the wire is broke, so I want to rewrap that a little bit. Anyway, that one is, this is 35. This is an AC pressure switch. Interesting. Okay, I don't have AC in it yet. And these two are 23, 24. Thermactor, diverter, solenoid, and mass airflow. No, hold on. 23, 22. Thermactor, air bypass solenoid, and air diverter solenoid. So these go to something else in that corner there. Okay, let's keep going up the snake here. And then we got, as we go down the snake here, we got this long branch off right here, right? Which I would imagine would be this right here. And it goes to this group. So we got like a relay, we got this 8-pin connector here, and then I know this is for mass air. I've seen this before. So 24 mass airflow meter. So that would be this one, like I said. And then it's got a round one. That's 40. HEGO sensor connector main harness. So I'm thinking this is for O2 sensors, maybe. They go underneath the car. And then there's this big chunky one, 33 cutoff relay, wide open throttle cutoff relay, or it could be 32, which is a fuel pump relay. I'm thinking it's a fuel pump relay. Let me see. Pink and brown. Oh no, pink and blue, black, gray and yellow and red. Green, yellow, red. Oh wow, that's crazy. This is not matching at all. You see? So I'm talking about, that might have been yellow back in the day. I don't know. It looks like it could have been yellow. It looks orange now. You know, it's hard to tell. That's what I mean. Why this stuff kind of irritates me a little bit. Anyway, let's keep going down the line here. We got these two. So let's go down to snake 2. And I've heard this joke told before. The salt and pepper shakers. These are dirty. Jeez. If anybody has any suggestions on how to clean this without using water, let me know. Alright, so that would be 21, 22, 10-pin connector, white and red. Alright. Moving on down the line, we got this long guy right here, which leads to what I know is a distributor, and it's not there. The distributor cable's out there, 28. Thick film ignition. So yeah, it's not there. So we're gonna have to peel this apart and do some butt connectors and heat shrink. Let's keep going up the line here, and we get to this. This is that guy right there. That's 29. Barometric pressure sensor. Oh yeah, that's the one that's on the firewall. So I guess it plugs in under there. And they keep going up the snake, here. Let's keep going up. And then we meet this little group of guys here. So I guess this would be considered 31 and 30. Interesting. I know this is a self-test thing. This is not connected to anything. But these 31. A brown 8-pin connector. See, that's not, I guess it's not the right vehicle, right year or something, this harness, but it gives me a general idea. There's supposed to be, this is an 8-pin connector and this is an 8-pin connector. This harness is from an 89, so I'm assuming that it's a little different depending on the year. So let's keep going. And then right here we have 4 connections. So this loop's 34, I'm assuming. It's 20 gauge fuse link to starter relay. Boom. And then I know this is a ground of some sort. So 26 EEC ground. You plug that in. This, I believe, goes to the coil. Let me see. 36. Yep, it's coil. Now we got this boy right here. It's been plugged out. It's 37. AC clutch connector. Okay, so that's it. So that's everything that I could figure out to the best of my ability. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning this up. Let's go. Yo, check this out. I'm doing wiring, yo. I'm gonna take this thing. I got the heat shrink and everything. I watched a couple YouTube videos about it, but I'm actually doing wiring. Like, I'm actually doing this, man. This is tight. I never really did this before, so hopefully this goes well. I'm just matching the colors right now. So yeah, let's come back in a minute when I get it done. So there's the harness cleaned up. So I rewrapped this area right here. I rewrapped this connection right here, rewrapped down there. I didn't do that part because I ran out of tape, but I rewrapped here. I did this, fused this in. I rewrapped there. I rewrapped here, and I rewrapped there. And that's the pile of old 30-year-old tape. Can't be that bad. It lasted this long, right? All right, so let's go ahead and try to line this in now. All right, let's pick this thing up. Alrighty. Well, one guy said to put a little grease on the 60-pin connector so that it would make it a little bit slicker. But the problem is with that is when I go to grab it, it's going to be hard to grab it. So I'm going to try it my way first, and if it doesn't work, I'll try his way. All right. Let's see here. So I kind of made the mistake of putting the stuff in first. So what I'm going to do, I shouldn't have put this in until I finished doing that. I was just kind of having a day where I wasn't getting much done. So I'm going to take these, at least take this part out of the way. I'm going to go look at my other Mustang to see if it comes over the line. I think it goes under like that, but we'll see. All right, let's go. All right, so this is my vert. It's, the beater, the F-it bucket, you know what I'm saying? So check it out. It goes underneath the line here. Yeah. So it goes underneath the line, runs across the firewall there, behind the sensor. I'm gonna leave this up while I do this. All right, let's go back over here. So I'm gonna just go on ahead and remove that. But I'll find it in a sec. There it is. And pull that out of the way. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Alright. So we're going to put him in there. Needless to say, I don't have somebody filming this, so I want to stop the camera and start to shove it down and pull it down myself. But I got to get inside the car and do a little bit of this so that I can start to make it back down in there. So we got pulled through the firewall, and what I did to make that easier, which I didn't even think about until I didn't have any space, was to just take off the protective cap. Made it so much easier to go around corners, and I'll just put it back on right now. You know? So boom. It's in there like somewhere, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Alright, you know what I mean? For sure. Alright, so from what I believe, the computer goes back up in this little spot. We screw it down. I lost one of the screws, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off the other one. So one's a ground, one's to hold this down, And then you gotta screw this into the computer. Boom, boom. Let me hear you say, well. Yeah, that's about it, man. Get that mug up in there, and we're good to go. And this green goes to this, like that. This green plug goes to that. You know, now that I'm doing this, I can see how this was a lot easier than I had it in my mind to do. It's even going that way. The reason why I say that is it's like because Ford was smart enough to make everything only go in one way, and then all the wires kind of hang out around the area where they're supposed to go. So what I mean by that is, like, as soon as it came out, the firewall, all the connections for the smog stuff here was pretty much right there. This is for the AC, like there's usually a little AC canister right here. So that's what this is for. So obviously I'm not hooking that up right now, but when I do want AC, I got access to it. All right, let me go ahead and hook this vacuum line back up. Took it loose. Boom. So as we're going across the top here, we got the salt and pepper shakers right here. All right. So let's hook those back up. Okay, that's in. And let's get him back. Okay. And he's back in now. Alright, so hook these guys back up. And then we got this stuff here. I'm gonna actually attach it to the firewall right here like that. Have it go under. This is for the MAF, right? And this, like the other one, is actually just screwed in underneath here, just like that. Okay. And this is the one that goes to all the O2 sensors and stuff, just under here. So yeah, man, that's pretty dope. Actually, look, it's right here. Boom. So they hook up, they go together, and then it goes down to the O2 sensors. It's to show you that you have nothing to fear but fear itself, because as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that I was just tripping, man. This is not as hard as it sounds. I guess when you hear electrical, I'm thinking, you know, that it's like something crazy or whatever. See, and that goes there, got the little screw that holds it down, you know, and then the MAF comes up here, and that's everything hooked up right there. So let's go around to the other side here. Okay. So this is the barometric pressure. Oh, look at termite. Oh, that's not good. It's not good at all. Get out of here, son. Okay, so let me take this off for now, because the line actually runs underneath it, which is pretty dope. So hold on a sec here. There, boom. So I'm gonna move this out the way. I should have taken this out the way too, because it all goes underneath all of this. So yeah, it kind of lays like this. And then we have this it goes to the distributor. So that goes up and under here, and it kind of peaks out over on this side. So that's why it has to be so long. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that. So this long wire with this looking plug here goes to the distributor. Okay. So I'm hoping we can get under here like this. See? That's why this needs to be loose. Let me take it off right now. Alright, so boom. Okay, and we just kind of move this forward and then just plop everything behind it. So I know that this hose right here, I would prefer to not be in the way right now. We got this puppy right here. So I'm gonna stick him behind this. And like I said, this is distributor. This goes into the barometric pressure switch or whatever. You stick it in there. and then we'll keep running it around. I'll show you guys that in a sec. I hooked up the little the barometric pressure gauge here, and then I ran it under the side to take the stuff back off. I ran the Dizzy hookup all the way through, and then hooked it up right there. Boom, see? That was the one that was missing. All right, so now we're over here. It looks pretty straightforward. I hope I'm right about this. It's gray and gray. Plug that in. Okay. Black on black on black. Okay, so they're in. Okay. This is like a little test thing. This, I don't know what this is for. I'm gonna find out in a sec. But I don't see anything for it. It's weird. It almost looks like it would go to this. But I'll find out in a sec what it's for. Alright, let's just keep going down here. Here we got this cable. So I'm guessing this stuff shouldn't be all up front like this. So I'm gonna use the cables from the windshield wipers to hold this down. POP, hold it down. Alright, there we go. Alright, looks a lot neater. So it looks like it had like this thing here. I might use some electrical tape to hold this to that, and then maybe hold that to there. And then this has it to where the coil plug, it's broke, but it still goes in. And then this wire here, right? Okay, go like this. Boom. Maybe this goes on here, like this. Right, so you might go like this, like boom, like that. And then we have this black ECC ground right here, which goes to the 87 black ground, battery ground here. So here's the battery ground. And then there's this plug right here. So I'm guessing, yep, go together. That's the plug right there. And then the AC switch is right there. Even though we don't have AC, the pump is still attached, you know. Yeah, boom, boom. And then I think that's it as far as engine bay. And I disconnected this because I thought I was going to do something with the alternator, because the alternator wiring, as you can see here, has to go all the way across, and it doesn't, I mean, it reaches technically, but the it's just a tad too short, just a tad short, but it's not a big deal. Wow, that was crazy, man. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, straight up. Now I'm just waiting for a block plate, man. Better get the block plate, put all that transmission stuff in, put in the dry shaft and all that. I should put in the clutch fan and the shroud, even though I'm going to change to an electric fan. I put it in anyways. Clutch fan and the shroud, and but low-key, I think we might be ready to fire it up. Like, I think maybe Tuesday. This is good news, man. This is really good news, because I was getting real frustrated. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. What I'm gonna do today. I went to a website called veryuseful.com that like had all these wiring diagrams on it, which was really dope, which helped me gain the confidence I needed to accomplish this, because like I said, I'm a transmission guy, I'm a motor guy. When it comes to wiring, I kind of bug out a little bit, but not so much anymore. So a lesson I learned from this, man, is don't be afraid to try stuff. If you fail, I mean, what else is gonna happen, you know, other than you having to do it again? All I'm hoping is that I make sure I remember to get all the grounds in, because all the grounds are really important to make sure everything works right. And other than that, we in there, all right? It was a good day. Junkyard dogging. Woo!